There's a lot of misleading information about the Tampa Bay housing market in the news lately. The market is shifting, but it's difficult to tell fabrication from reality when that happens, which affects your decision. So if you're a homeowner in the Tampa Bay area wondering, do you sell before buying? Here's some info to consider. So hang on. The housing market is moving away from last year's frenzy, and the doors of opportunities are opening up. This is the opportunity many people who were outbid or outpriced last year have been waiting for. There's nothing out there that exists that'll tell you exactly how many days it will take to sell your home. It's unpredictable. Selling your home before buying a new one will put you in the ideal position to negotiate, since you're negotiating without the home sale contingency. So if you're a homeowner wondering if you should take advantage and buy before selling, I'm going to share some benefits, some risks, and ways to buy before selling, so you could consider before making that move. Benefits of buying before selling. There's several great reasons to consider buying first. You need to move fast in the seller's market. Since demand is high, you have to move quickly to get that home you want. A home sale contingency in your offer may spook the seller and delay the closing. But if you must, you must. Keep in mind, waiting to sell your home until buying a new one is less risky in the seller's market. Another benefit, you find your dream home. You don't want to miss the opportunity if you find and fall in love with your dream home. If that's the case, you need to move fairly quickly and make an offer. And just remember, it may be someone else's dream home as well. Another benefit is less intrusive and disruptive. Selling while still living there is very disruptive on the personal life. You need to stage it, you got to keep it clean, and leave the house anytime a showing gets scheduled. And with children and pets, this gets old very quickly. All these problems disappear if you buy before you sell. You can move out before you list your home. You get it ready and skip all the showings and open houses. You could avoid the double move. By selling before buying, you're on the buyer's timeline. Having to pack up and move twice involves added expense and a huge inconvenience, especially if you have a lot of stuff in storage and you have to find temporary housing. Now, the risk of buying before selling. Buying before selling may not always make perfect sense to some people, depending on how you do it. Buying before selling can involve some additional risk and tension. It could get more expensive. One of the biggest risks in buying before selling is that you overprice your house and it takes you a while to sell. You may end up with 2 mortgages. That can be expensive and it won't be doable for a lot of people. Now, the cons of buying before selling: the mortgage approval is more difficult. If your mortgage lender knows you plan to buy a new home before selling your current one, they're going to want to confirm that you could afford the expenses for both homes, which will require significant debt-to-income ratio, and that usually comes with a higher interest rate. Another con: feeling the pressure to sell quickly. Buying before selling can and will put pressure on you to sell your old home as quickly as possible, especially if you already got your eye out on a nice home. You may feel tempted to reduce the list price to increase the likelihood of a quicker sale. Let's cover some ways to buy before selling. For many home buyers, the pros outweigh the cons. If you're one of those homeowners, there's hope after all. I'm going to go over several different options available for those wanting to buy a new home before selling their old one. Making a contingent offer. Even though home sale contingencies may be the kiss of death, they're still pretty common. While contingencies are great for you as a home buyer, sellers don't like contingent offers. Accepting your contingent offer presents uncertainty into the transaction, and sellers love certainty. This means that if the seller has multiple offers for their home, you can count your contingent offer falling all the way to the bottom of the pile. Consider a rent-back agreement with whomever buys your home. That allows you to buy some time and stay in your home for a predetermined period of time after closing. You'll have to pay at least the buyer's mortgage amount or a pre-negotiated amount, but it gives you additional time to find your new home. Use a bridge loan. These are short-term loans that can allow you to buy your new home before selling your old one. The bridge loans they use your existing home as collateral to secure this loan. Bridge loans are typically used for down payments on a new home or to make payments on your current home. The terms on these loans can be widely different, but they're typically designed to be repaid within 6 months to 3 years. Even though bridge loans can work in some situations, they can be costly and risky. But the worst case scenario is you'll end up with 3 payments: your old mortgage, your new mortgage, and your bridge loan payment. Use a home equity loan. It gives you a way to access your equity of your current home before you sell it. It could give you much longer terms, and you typically be able to get better interest rates. The amount, that'll depend on how much equity you have in your home, its market value, how much you want to borrow, your income, credit history will also affect the loan amount. Most lenders will cap the total amount usually at 85% of the home's value. When your home equity loan closes, you'll receive the full amount and you can spend that money to buy another house or whatever you want to spend it on. The downside is that you'll have to pay closing costs on the home equity loan, which could be between 2 to 5% of the total loan amount. So it may not be worth it. Whether you're a home buyer or a seller, you need to know what's happening in the housing market so you can make the most informed decision possible. Please like and subscribe so you get notified on new videos. If you do subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next. And remember, you're moving to the Tampa Bay area, Vinny's got your back.